And welcome back on Take Action News with David Shuster's executive producer Daniel Marins in the host chair once again this hour on Saturday, May 4th. We just got done with an incredible, moving interview with Zachary Katz-Nelson. He's a senior staff attorney for the American Civil Liberties Union National Security Division. He has defended inmates at Guantanamo, and he's currently speaking out against the force feeding of some of the 100 inmates at Guantanamo who are currently on hunger strike for their freedom, in the belief that they will be held there permanently if nothing changes. President Obama has obviously now taken the position that he is going to renew his efforts to end the detention at Guantanamo, which he has said is not essential for the United States' security, and in fact is used as a recruiting tool for terrorists and violates the United States' principles and laws. David, what did you make of some of the things that Zach was saying?
Well, the thing that jumped out at me, Daniel, and was just so striking is when he talked about how weak the case is against so many of those who are being held at Guantanamo Bay. And obviously this is a guy who, as a defense lawyer, he's had an opportunity to review the case files. He has a point of view because he's trying to defend his clients, and he acknowledged that there is some evidence against some of the prisoners and detainees. But the fact that he said that so many of them, that the case files, that the evidence is just flimsy and weak, and that the government is essentially asking all of us to simply trust the government that it knows best, that these people should stay at Guantanamo Bay, and that their cases don't even need to be heard by a judge, should not have their evidence presented in a court. And he's right. It's un-American, and frankly, I don't trust our government. That's why we have the judicial branch. That's why we have the justice system, so that if we have a dispute with our government, we can go to an independent judiciary to have it resolved. And these guys at Guantanamo Bay, they don't get that. And in my view, he's right. Zach is right. It's not American.
Yeah, and David, one of the things that I think some people don't quite realize is just how many people were rounded up or delivered to us from foreign countries in the immediate months after 9/11. These are in many cases folks in Muslim communities as far-ranging as the Uyghur community in China, to folks in Bosnia, and of course, obviously Afghanistan and Pakistan, that were delivered sometimes by foreign governments that were just trying to sort of please us in the immediate frenzy after 9/11. Can you imagine being, and there are stories that have been told and people that have been freed that were literally just going about their everyday lives, and because maybe of some more conservative Muslim associations or not, or being in the wrong place at the wrong time, they were essentially rounded up and have been detained now indefinitely. It's just shocking.